Let's get ready for this stream.
Bronny, what was that sequence like in the second, your first career playoff three into the alley-oop from your dad?
It was a great experience for me. I just got to, take that and build on it and, keep coming out with, great plays in the end. And, we got to keep playing our game and, good things are going to follow.
All I do is spit facts, spit facts, spit facts, spit facts, spit facts. And you can't dispute that. All I do is spit facts, spit facts, spit facts, spit facts, spit facts. And you can't dispute that. All I do is speak the truth, niggas knowing it's a fact. Haters tell you different when they know this is a rap. I don't fuck with rap niggas when I know this is a act. Niggas envy me cause everything I spit be facts. Facts.
Welcome to the Me Against the Culture podcast. I am your host, D Soul Music. Today we're gonna be talking about this crazy NBA and how it's on the clock. How they gonna be looking around for their next they TV deal. I had to turn that mic up. Yeah, they on the clock, man. They was let go by TNT. And they trying to play it off, tried to make it seem like TNT trying to get them back, and then NBC came out of nowhere trying to save them, had their little idea with Michael Jordan and everything. But that's the problem, they ideas. Everything they coming up with ain't got nothing to do with what's wrong with the NBA. So the whole problem is that right there. You gotta figure out what's going on. Too much player control, too much all this other stuff going on. Just the player control, period. Players know how to play. They know how to play basketball. Covering and in the media, that's all research, and they more like nerds. Players are the jocks. The media is more like nerds, and they need to be critical. It's a must that your media is very critical of the players. Everybody glaze the players. Everybody do. So what need to happen is for the media to be critical of them players so it wouldn't get out of hand like it is now. It's way out of hand right now. I'm talking about turnovers and missed shots, and that's the sloppiest game you can find. That's what it is. It's a real sloppy game. And that's because of all the player control and all this. The media is out of control. You don't got nobody telling them what's really going on and what's really the problems out here. You keep going on like that, then you'll never figure out the problems. You never talk about the problems. They don't even talk about turnover. They so busy trying to promote LeBron as the GOAT and how he defeating Father Time and all that, man. That boy turning that ball over. Almost 6,000 turnovers, man. He out of here. He turned the ball over more than anybody. So until they get that together, then they ain't got a chance. And there's nobody in the media even talking about that. Anybody who talks in a critical way, they calling it hate. That's that new age stuff, man. That's that new today stuff, man. Everything is hate. If you ain't congratulating, if you ain't glazed, then it's hate. And that's what's wrong with the media. Too much glaze. You don't need glaze in the media. That's fanboy stuff. That's what fans do. Fans are here to glaze. Not the media. The media and the players always never got along. And that's because they ain't supposed to be getting along. The media have a job to do. They have to be critical of these players, otherwise they won't know no better. Gonna continue making the same mistakes, continue shooting 33s and all this. I just heard Tyrese Maxey today coming out on after the game talking about we had to get up 35 threes. What? Yeah, your team will never beat me. All this talking about you got to get up this many threes. No, you don't. No, you don't. Especially if you ain't hitting them. I'm not trying to get up 35 threes and hit 12 of them, 10 of them. But they are. And that's why they wouldn't have a chance against the league how it was back in the day. It's a whole different ball game. If you go back in the day and how the league was, they ain't going for all this old bull crap and try to come out and shoot 35 threes if you want. See, that only worked because everybody else shooting threes. The opponent shoot threes too, so it evens out. But if you going against an opponent that don't believe in shooting 35 threes in the game, good luck. Good luck with that. And that's the only reason why this three stuff's still going on. Because it ain't not one real coach out here that just say, hey, we ain't going to shoot that many threes. They not playing defense nowhere. Not at the rim or at the three. So I'd rather take shots at the rim rather than take shots for three. Just the odds is better. That's when basketball first started. From day one, you knew the odds is better at the rim. That's why the tall guys is who they is. The most dominant people ever. Taller you are, the more dominant. And that's just what it is. Michael Jordan is the exception. So, I don't know what's going on. I don't think they sent it out to nobody or nothing. So, ain't no use of me being on the line. All right, I'll come back.